And we are back to the podcast. Well, actually, Four Life wanted to talk about a subject, so I'll let him take the reins for a while. So,
All right. I do believe Darkrerst made a point, and it's about the whole idea of Obito being Talk no Jutsu. I do think he's gonna get Talk no Jutsu, but it'll be at the very end. It won't be in the very middle, and then he just start fighting Madara. I don't see that happening. I see it happening at the very end. But that's not the point I was gonna address. I don't know. I don't know if I speak the same mind as he does, but he does make a point. The point is that yes, Neji is like one of those feelings of those, like if you lose somebody like Rin, then you're gonna go mad. I don't think that's like his final person to do, like to kill him in order to prove a point to Naruto. I do think he will eventually gonna find out that Naruto has like the same ideal of love from Obito with Rin. So and Hinata already got her moment, so it felt like it's too late on her boat. Now Sakura hasn't show up yet, so it's not too late for her. So that means if she shows up and whatever they do to make Obito think of Sakura, right, think of Rin from Sakura, then that would be the beginning of the process of getting Talk no Jutsu, or the beginning of the process like, okay, if I took down your friend and you're still standing up, fine. But how about you experience the same way that I experienced my time, and that is the love of your life, and that'll be it. Really don't know if that's what you're trying to say, but this is how I see it. Right now, we've been seeing a lot of friendship or friend bonds, all these, multiple bonds he has, all his friends. That's like the first thing we see. It felt like he passed that part. I feel that Naruto just passed that part of, like you can kill my friends, but we're gonna stand up strong. Now it's possible he could go to the next process, which is a love one, and it felt like Obito would find that person sooner or later. And I feel like Sakura does have the biggest chance to get caught in the middle of this whole thing, and obviously Obito will go for her for the attack. So basically, we got the friendship process done. That didn't work, and Naruto already said a speech. Obito still not phased by it. It's not like, oh, you're right, Madara, I don't want to do this anymore. It's nothing like that at all. Basically, it's like, oh, okay, fine. You know what? I'm still gonna kill them, and when I was still up against that. But now you gotta step up the game. Step up the game. How? You try to find that loved one, the lover of his life, and eliminate her in front of him. So that's my take.
Naruto, you will know the true form of pain. Wait, you already said that, didn't we? I'm gonna have to. You will know the true form of heartache. No, that's lame too. Right there, help me out here. Blow. That's a good one. Naruto, blow. No, that's still lame. That's oh. You know what? Just kill her already. Fine.
Yeah. Okay, I have 2 points to contribute to that. The first one is, could someone quote for me the words that the Green Goblin said in the Spider-Man movie? Because I think they can pretty much sum up what For Life is explaining here.
Choose, Spider-Man, the woman you love or the little children.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Actually, not that one. It's he says that in order to, I'm not sure if it was to weaken Peter Parker's will, he had to strike his heart, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man come out and play.
Does someone remember the exact words? I'm trying to remember them, but I can't seem to remember them at the moment.
I don't remember the exact word. It's been so long seeing that movie.
Is that the one where he went after Aunt May?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't when it went with Aunt May, and in Spider-Man 3 it was when they went after Mary Jane. I think it was first we strike his heart, something like that.
First I crushed his heart, then I crushed his spirit. I think he said something like that.
So, yeah, something
Or
along the lines.
like sorry, it was the reverse. First I crush his spirit, then I crush his heart.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much what I was thinking as for like was you know speaking about these what he expects now because in a way it would it makes sense. Friendship hasn't worked, so now let's see what does he think when it comes to love.
Yes.
And well, if we go back to the Gara arc, you remember that Gara actually trapped Sakura.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw that after that happened, Naruto pretty much unlocked a potential we have never seen. And who knows? Maybe it could happen again.
I would love to see that because it's funny because like whenever it's like friend getting killed or Sasuke being mentioned and probably killed, he always get mad and get angry, and obviously that's not the right route for him to use QB chakras. But for Sakura, I felt like the better way, the good way, himself still. I don't know. Maybe it's just a little bias off me, but it always sees that way. I always see it that way because that's the only time I see him, get angry, but in the right tone, the right way. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get angry, but I'm not gonna go all crazy and let QB take over me. I'm just gonna use the QB and just go all out until I die, and until she's free. And if she's not free and Gaara's still alive, well, worst come to worst, I'm gonna kill him because I'm saving my friend for this. Whatever the worst case scenario. Because it felt like to the point it surprised a lot of people, and to the point that Gaara got himself scared.
Yeah, and something that just popped into my mind, I want to say before I forget, is just that if we go back to the Kage versus Madara fight, we saw that Tsunade was speaking about the Wheel of Fire and how that pretty much should not be underestimated. But even with all of that, Madara happened to win. So, as I've seen so far, Madara has not been impressed by anything, to put it like that. So, I was thinking that I'm not sure when it was mentioned in the manga, but I do know that the reason why Senju and Madara had the fight is because they had two different beliefs. One, it was that love and protecting the people was the source of strength, and the other one was that pure power was the source of strength. I'm not sure if. Feel free to correct me if I missed something, but it was something like that among the lines.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's hard to say, but like, the thing I in Japan for some reason the term love is like kind of thrown in so many ways, and it's like it throws around a lot. Like sometimes love it just means like a good love, like normal love, not like love. I guess you gotta wait until they say in love, then you'll be like, okay, this is romantic purpose. But if anything, it feels like you said that Senju is about love and protecting friends and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it really does fit well with a lot of things for a lot of people. That's the meaning of Will of Fire. I mean, even Minato got the same idea. Like his love is Kushina, the protecting friends, Konoha himself. That's the thing I see. I see the same. Like I said, it's like I said from Darkrerst, that you got the protecting friend process done, which is obviously what we just saw with this whole. Even though you killed Neji and these guys' fathers, I'm still gonna fight you. I'm still gonna win this because their sacrifice will not be in vain. He got that process done. That's 50%. Now the love is next. Perhaps, well, not perhaps. The only option it has to be Sakura. Unless you could betray your own story by having Hinata or even any other girl into the process. That's betraying your own story. Sakura is the best suitable one because, it's like Sakura is the only one that on panel that actually mentioned about Naruto want to be a Hokage. I'm not gonna break that dream. Nobody actually ever said that. Not even Hinata. Hinata is all about that Nindo. It's all about getting back up and don't give up. But is there any moment that he's like, oh yeah, you want to be a Hokage? I'm gonna protect that Hokage. I'm like, nothing like that.
What's that?
Yeah.
What? Wait. What's that? Are you saying Hinata is selfish? How dare you, sir? How dare you say Hinata is selfish and she's self-motivated?
If she if she says she's
I
selfish,
gotta give you a stern talking to, mister, because you are obviously not reading the same manga I am.
oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize. Maybe I should go back and read.
I think you do, good sir. Then we can have a gentleman's debate.
Please, sir, can you link me to that source of that real manga I'm supposed to be reading? Hmm?
Oh, you gotta go through fan fiction first.
Okay. That's something. I do believe I was told that it was, fan made, but I guess I was wrong. Apologies to me.
I know, what were we thinking?
But yeah, but yeah, like I said, Sakura, when it comes to development with Naruto, is literally about Naruto, person wise, people, himself. There's no I like him for that one trait, or like I said, Hinata supposedly symbolized that, I follow his footstep because his footstep is so inspiration. I'm so inspired. That's it's supposed to look that way, but I guess fans would like to say, oh, it's real love, true love, stuff like that. Even though Sakura has more real reason to be in love with Naruto, but whatever.
Yeah, and anyway, the second point I wanted to contribute is that you believe that Obito is gonna get Talk no Jutsu. I would also like to see that, but there is something I want to see right before that event, and I think that's something that once I tell you, you're going to say like, yeah, we also want to see that. And it's pretty simple. What happened right before the death of Rin? What led to that event? What led to Rin's death?
Oh, Rin's death.
Yes. Yeah. To me, I believe we're going to get the answer when the battle is over. I always imagine this. Like Obito will be on the ground. He's either slowly dying or I think Kakashi has no choice but to kill him because, he is the criminal of the world. He's a world criminal. But, think as Kaguzu, only more of a, more of a little bit sadder. Only sadder because, you're about to see Kakashi gonna kill Obito off, and we know they're best friends. Well, we're best friends, but it's gonna be a tragic moment. But hey, that's how it is, especially in ninja world. But the point is that I believe before Kakashi would do the last killing, I think he's gonna tell him, the whole reason why he has to kill her. That's my guess.
I don't always let my friends die, but when I do, I make sure I kill them myself.
I just imagine you doing the pose and everything. Like with his face in his chin. I don't always kill my friends. I don't always let my friends die, but when I do, I make sure to kill them.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Well, either Kakashi kills him, or I do believe since they foreshadowed that not foreshadowed, but it's said that, he has that revival move from the same thing as Pain has. So that's the case. I feel like he's going to do that and probably get told the story of why Rin has to die, stuff like that. Then he probably have like a smile right before he dies. I picture that. Like he will have one last smile. I just picture it. Because he's like a tragic character, if you ask me.
Yeah. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I do know that his backstory was tragic, but to put it simple, that doesn't excuse him from all the bad deeds that he has done. So yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
that's my take. That's my take.
But not that you bring it up. Do you not? They separated from the Beast. Do you want Naruto to fight Madara or Obito?
I don't know. It's
I
just
think
that both are valid fights. You know, there's a reason for any of the two fights.
I think he should fight Obito first, to be honest. Simply because we make all these parallels that Obito was just like Naruto, and that because of one bad turn he turned evil. Well, it'd be almost like the waterfall scene where he has to fight himself. So
Yeah, I think it's like a make up for that because this time you actually get that parallel of Naruto
yeah.
and Obito. And to be honest, I really hope that he does fight Obito first because this whole battle has been going on with Obito and Naruto exchanging words and all that stuff. I feel like it's made for them to fight each other. I mean, Madara is just a spectating. He's just spectating. Like, let's see. Oh, they did some good teamwork. I'm surprised.
Like a boss.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, that's my point.
Puppets dance.
So yeah, that's my point. Like, I feel like maybe I do believe he will get Talk no Jutsu, but not from this. I think he has to get one more, and that'll be the love tragic moment. So that's my best guess.
There is one thing I want to mention, and I should have mentioned this before, but I didn't because I wasn't thinking about it. But going back a little bit, we talked about that Neji could come back alive.
Yes.
Well, wouldn't that diminish his death if he just came back alive? To me, like the scene itself was supposed to represent something, and if you take all that away, it diminishes the point. I mean, I know Nate himself on the forum. Sorry to talk about you, man, but Nate on the forum, he had the same problem with the pain arc and how everyone just got revived and Naruto never learned failure. It was just kind of he just got there. And with Neji coming back with like that, especially when you got Hinata given that moment, not only do you diminish his death as being nothing but like a Dragon Ball cop-out, but you make Hinata's development mean even less. And how pissed off would the Naruhina fans be if that happened?
That is actually, you have a point. Let's see. For a lot of revival, to me, for Gaara, the Gaara revival the first time, I didn't complain at all. I actually felt like it was rewarding because, it's like because it makes sense because Chiyo was like witnessing, the new generation of ninjas and witnessing the Jinchuriken, which is Naruto. He's actually like a nice kid, but like a lot of hearts and stuff like that. It felt like as time goes by, she actually learns like the new generation should take over and correct the mistake they have done. So when he revived Gaara, that it proves the whole character development for a lot of people, especially herself before she died. So I accept that death. I accept that revival from Gaara. That one I felt like it was rewarding. The pain, it's somewhat rewarding, but at the same time, it was a cop-out because the reward part is like, if you do revenge by killing Nagato, you got your revenge, but who's going to be revived? Nobody. Everybody's still dead. Kakashi is dead. End of story. But if you don't take a revenge path, you get the rewarding part, revival. But yeah, like I said, it's a cop-out because everybody got revived. I was hoping just like 5 people, like, I pick Kakashi and some other 4 guys. The end. Shizune, she's dead. Good day. Stuff like that. I
love Shizune. Don't kill her.
I was shocked when she died.
Leave Hinata on the floor. Bring back Shizune.
but okay. No, I don't have nothing wrong with her. I'm just saying, like, keep a named character dead. One named character dead and let the shock value get into us. Now, if Neji does get revived, the reason why I'll be a little bit more upset, I like Neji. I do like him. The problem is, if he does get revived, I feel like I'm revisiting Pain Arc. That's the problem. I'm hoping Obito really does have a limit. I mean, he only has one eye, one Rinnegan. So I'm hoping it's like a limit. Like, I'll only revive 4
half
people.
The people.
Yeah, half the people.
I got one eye left, so who wants it?
Yeah, and and it's funny because like I think Neji still got that stingers in his body. So I just picture like he gets revived only to die again because he still has that stings. He's like, I'm alive. Oh crap, I'm throwing blood again. Die. And the
It
X bar gets gone again.
it would be really interesting if Sakura gets killed off. I know it's not going to happen, but just follow me. If Sakura gets killed off, and because of it, because he sees how much Naruto reacts to it, something happens with Obito that he somehow feels sorry for it, and then he revives Sakura, seeing himself at that same scene, thinking, I know what it feels like to be in that pain. No one should have to go through that. Boom.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's gonna change his mind right there. But I do think he will flash back to it and probably just say it. And I feel like they may talk for a short while, but like, this is exactly why I changed my ways of ninja because of that moment. Like you just saw that moment that you just saw is the exact same thing how I became a whole new guy. But stuff like that. I don't know why. I feel like Obito might literally recreate the entire scene for Naruto on Sakura. That you literally gonna get the exact same panel when you see Rin getting stabbed through by Raikiri from Kakashi. I feel like you're gonna get the exact same panel, but this time you replace with Sakura. People might say it might come off lazy, but at the same time, I think it's supposed to address that the parallel, how much parallel is that moment will be, I don't think it'll be a Chidori though, but it could be the stab thing because remember Obito does have that things to stab, the wood jutsu stuff. He does have that, so I feel like that's one way to recreate without having been too much of the same from the Obito past. It would be like that. That's what I believe, but I don't know.
And for once, his bite is worse than his bark.
Yeah.
But
now that you're mentioning all of this, I think it would be a great shock to all the readers if Sakura actually gets killed. And when I think about it, my mind goes to the Kishimoto interview that he said that even if he got killed, he would like finish his manga, to put it like that. So, now that you say this theory, like, what if by that he meant that he would probably kill main character or something?
If you
it will not be too far fetched.
Yeah, actually, I could imagine one scene. I could just bring it up. Okay, the Kurama mode, whatever you want to call it. It's not gonna last that long. I picture like he's gonna get exhausted once they finish the whole Kurama mode, and then probably Obito would just go straight for the kill, and then perhaps Sakura would do the same thing that she did with Chiyo. Got in the wave, take the stab, take the fatal blow, and that's why I feel like that's gonna happen at one point. Especially if Naruto is really going to be exhausted with using the whole chakra mixtures with Kurama. I don't know. That's one way to do it. The whole stab scene, death scene, whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, before continuing on this topic, you were talking about if it would be wise or not to have Neji revive. Well, what I do think is the following. I've seen that whenever characters are about to die, or if they actually died, generally, like, the difference between if they might have a chance to get revived or not is that it has to do with flashbacks, with how said character was, and like any scene that would definitely confirm that said person ain't coming back. I know this doesn't make much sense right now, but I'm trying to. The two events that I recall where people die are actually within. You will go first to Gaara's death. We see that Naruto is frustrated and that like Gaara didn't deserve it or anything, but at that point, I don't remember seeing any flash. I don't remember seeing many flashbacks that could actually say like speaking about the Wheel of Gar. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I haven't read the that specific chapter in quite a while. But anyway,
Well,
I didn't see many details about him. But when we go to Chiyo, we see that she's talking about how the new generation should surpass the old one, how the old ones have made many mistakes and they want to fix them, and that is like her way to fix the mistakes she did in the past. Um, that way of completing, to put it like that, of completing uh, the development of a character is what I think it makes a difference in saying that if a person might get revived or not. Again, the same thing happened with Jiraiya. We saw that you could say that his development was almost complete because not only did he talk with Tsunade, but we saw that when he was dying, he was like, thinking about how the book of Naruto should be called.
yeah,
Like the final words they say is like to complete their development. And I think that's the same thing that happened to Neji here. Yes, Neji's death might have been overlooked by some readers because, we're enraged by the Naruhina moment and everything. But when we look back at that chapter, we see that Neji is pretty much expressing like it's the combination of his ideal, like choosing his own death, being set free, dying to protect, someone. To me, that has given him uh, some sort of completion to his character, and in my opinion, that's why I believe that Neji will not be revived.
that's a good point. Well, I'm just hoping it stays like that because it does make sense for a lot of reasons, and you just pointed them out, and yeah. I mean, we didn't see Jiraiya getting revived because it felt like because whatever he said and the conclusion came out before his death complete his character, and Neji, what he said, complete his character as well. So yeah, there's no point of revive. I mean, it's like I said though. This arc is pretty much the last thing we're gonna see that every other characters doing the big moments, the big developments and stuff like that. Because other than that, we won't see them anymore. So bringing back Neji won't do any favor. It'd be like, oh, I'm gonna revive, but you ain't gonna see me fight again because next arc is gonna be all about Sasuke once again because it is the last thing we need to cover.
So, what do you think, James?
Well, it seems like there's pros and cons for both sides here. Personally, I think it would be better to keep him dead, so it keeps the message inside Naruto, and it gives him that development that he needs. But I could see why people want Neji alive because they like him. They think he's a much stronger character than Hinata, especially for the Hyuga clan. And he's always been seen as a reject, because he has the mark on his head. And
Well, he is treated as the best, like one of the better prodigy of the Hyuga, even though he's in a branch clan. I guess I think that's what he's calling them. Yeah. But like I feel like it's like I said, it's like as I said in the forum that the fact that he's dead, it makes Hinata get that shiny moment. Because otherwise, if they both were alive, it felt like they both get a shiny moment, but it felt like Neji gets a better one because you're gonna see two of the same thing. But since one is out, I guess you get one, coming from one person, one Hyuga, not like two Hyugas,
Everybody gets one.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, we talked. I think we pretty much covered all this, so I think we should move on.
Right.
I want to talk about Naruto's development because we're all looking at every other character, but we're not looking at Naruto. What do you guys think? What's going to happen to him in future chapters? Whether it be still in the war or afterwards, or what do you think?
It's really hard to say. I feel like this could go two directions. There's another direction, but I'm really hoping to avoid that at all costs. But one direction I thought it was like, this could be the end of battle, but not the war, because I do believe Madara will escape. I'm not sure how Jubei will be defeated. I don't know how, or maybe he could just fly off and just don't know what's gonna happen next. But I do believe we're gonna see the final transformation. I believe that. But other than that, I think my guess is that Obito's gonna die, Madara will live, Jubei will be on a rampage. I don't know. He'll be out somewhere, something. I don't know. That's one direction. The other direction is end the war by having both of them defeated and the Beast defeated, and then proceed to the next moment, next arc or chapter, whatever you want to call it. And the third direction, which I'm really hoping that's not the case, like, everything is going so well, then suddenly Sasuke shows up, and now everything gets way too cluster, and it will be a mess, a huge mess, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, just like you, I'm really not sure what to expect in the future. Of course, I have to agree with Darkest when he said that his development is not complete yet. But of course, this is what we have to expect. The manga is not finished, so there's still lots of room for development to Naruto. What specifically, I think that what I would like to see is his ideals being put to the test. But not only his ideals being put to the test, that he has, I know that he has to rely on his friends to battle his enemies, but I would like that he can believe in his ideals on his own. I have to quote James when he said that when Neji died, it's like his confidence was torn apart, to put it like that. That moment he was like feeling like a big failure. I would like him to overcome that, to put it like that.
Yeah. As for Naruto development, I would love to see, like, if it the next arc. I feel like it should be all about Naruto in many ways, connecting to Sasuke. Heck, I'm actually still hoping we get the idea of, like, how Naruto started off with a crush on Sakura, because going back to chapter 3, you see he already told the readers, audience, whatever, that Sakura's the girl he has a crush on. But, like, it'd be nice if we would find out where it all begins, because we did get the confirmation how it begins for Naruto and Sasuke rivalry. We just saw that flashback. I'm not sure how long ago, but we got that flashback. It'd be nice to see a flashback on, Sakura, but that's just me.
It almost seems like a Trigun ending. Has anybody ever seen that?
Yeah, I remember how they end.
Vash went through all these different problems, learning all these different things, and he kept following the same words of Rem all the time. And he has his ups and downs, and then the final hurdle was facing his brother, because his brother was everything to him, and he was the embodiment of everything that Vash did not want to see, did not want to become. And I see that with Naruto and Sasuke here. It's just Sasuke is what Naruto could have been. It's all his fears, all his doubts, all his pain, and if Naruto can beat him, he can beat anything.
Right. Actually, that I agree 100% on that. That's because Sasuke, defeating Sasuke will open every single door in his life. The Hokage, confessing to Sakura, and he will be complete. And Naruto will be complete because, like, he did mention that Sasuke was supposed to be Naruto himself. Like, if they trade places and stuff like that. They mentioned that in the Kage Summit arc, like if Sasuke was supposed to be on Naruto's side as vice versa as well. Because, Naruto went through that whole thing about, like, hatred and stuff like that, but yet he still overcome it. Sasuke didn't overcome it, obviously. So I guess he has to beat the sense out of him. Not sure how, but it's going to come soon.
Yeah, and I think that I'm not sure if it was Sakura who told Naruto about it, but Sasuke has pretty much been like the burden that has prevented Naruto from getting his full development, put it like that.
I think Sai said that. I think, like, when he was talking to Sakura, like how, like, took that. I think it was Sai. I'm not sure. I gotta reread.
Yeah, what I'm referring to is that when Sakura actually confessed to Naruto. I think Sai also told Naruto about it just after Sakura left him to pursue Sasuke. But anyway, the battle between Naruto and Sasuke will be, the final hurdle, to put it like that Naruto has to get rid of, in my opinion, because it's all because of his. I wouldn't call it tunnel vision, but it's because of his focus in Sasuke that he has been overlooking like every other thing on his side. And that's why Gaara had to remind him that if he wants to become Hokage, he might even have to fight Sasuke. That's why Itachi told him that he cannot forget his friends. Like, that's why the people around him have been telling him, like, every now and then that, there's everyone around him. It's not just Sasuke. It's not just, I'm gonna save everyone, I'm gonna defeat Sasuke. No, it's he has to, like, to keep in mind that everyone is there. And it's thanks to everyone that he can be, that he can be the hero, to put it like that. Because Itachi told them that if he kept doing things by himself, he was gonna end up like Obito.
Yes.
Like Toby, but yeah, like Obito. So yeah, dog aside,
awkward silence.
Yeah, dog aside, I think that that's something I'm looking forward to in the future. Yes. like after Naruto finally lifts that heavy weight of Sasuke, all the things that he can do that we expect to see, if he can become Hokage, he can finally confess to Sakura,
Yeah, it's like I said. Sasuke is that one locked door that Naruto has to just, I don't know, break. Like, I mean, you could just lockpick it, but whatever. But the point is, that Sasuke is like his wall. If he could pass that, he's open to anything. He's open to accept the Hokage position. He's to get ready to confess Sakura and whatever he wants to do next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you guys want to do now?
Well, we could, I don't know, like, we could call it end here, or we could try do some little Q&A, and that'd be it.
Oh, I got one question from the members.
Okay.
All right, this is from Rakudo. That's his name on the forum. His real name is and because there is a bet on this. If I pronounce his name right, and he's gonna be listening to this, I know he is. I believe how you pronounce his name is Hendra.
That does sound like a hard name to pronounce the first time.
Heindrah. There you go.
I would say Hendra, but maybe the way you said it's the right way.
Right. I think the D is just soft in there. Like, it's not like you just say the R and the D just follows. So it's like Hendra.
Yeah, you're right. I hoping you got the right answer.
Yeah, me too. Because I want him on this show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go random. I'm gonna go random and say Heinrich.
Hydra. Well, I said if I was German, it would be Hydra.
Hydra.
Like the five-headed dragon, the
Aya
Hydra.
Cthulhu.
It sounds like another Godzilla monster battle.
Godzilla versus Hydra.
Well,
Fight.
okay, so what about the question?
He wants to know that when you guys first started the forum, when we all first started the forum, how were you when you first came? How has the forum changed you since then, and what have you learned from being a part of the forum?
Well, I learned, panic is the way how forum works. No, no, but honestly, I guess I learned that, nobody is perfect. Nobody's like nobody has that 100% correct. Everybody have that different theories, different interpretations. It's always nice to go to read others posts, see, collect thoughts and like, oh yeah, I never thought of that. Oh yeah, you got the right thing. Like for example, that the wall of Naruto that you wrote, it really got me thinking completely different. Like got me, it gives more ideas for you. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I guess because it's like exploring the world. You get to learn new things. But for this case, you explore discussion board. It's internet stuff, but the fact that you get to read other opinions, other thoughts, you always learn new things, and it's great. I learned a lot of new things, and yeah, there's the times where people are panicked. There's the times that could be trolls. There's the times that people really like lose it and just like say screw this manga because NaruSaku is dead and stuff like that. Whatever, but you know, just gotta stay together. Just try to don't be biased as well. Be supportive even if you don't like the idea from that person. Just be like, well, that's a good thought, or don't try to bash it. It's like, oh, you're wrong because if you said this, that, and then you're like, you're being trolled, or you really don't like this NaruSaku at all and stuff like that. That's not really the case. You just have to, everybody got their own opinion. No one's stating a fact. The only fact will be from the manga himself when it's really determined. But whenever something in theory, it's not a fact. It's opinion. And that's my address to everyone in the forum.
Okay, so let's see. How was it I made it here? It's pretty funny because I found the Heaven and Earth forum by coincidence. There was this point in where I was having a discussion with a friend of mine, and I noticed that there were a lot of people, even among my friends, who supported Naruhina. And I was like, man, like, am I the only one who supports NaruSaku here? So, in one of these days, I began to do some Google research, and I happened to stumble across the Heaven and Earth forum. And I was like, hey, a NaruSaku forum, that's cool. So I went ahead and introduced myself. I have to admit that at first I felt like afraid, if I can put it like that, because, well, usually when I find a forum, it's because a friend told me about it, or because, I heard good things about it, but I honestly never heard anything about Heaven and Earth, so it was like the first time I was actually like entering this new battlefield for me. So, it was, I felt like kind of afraid at first, but when I noticed how everyone was so kind, so familiar, I was like, hey, this seems like a nice place. So, from, I think it was February 12th that I joined. From that day on, I began, like reading, noticing that that there were actually a lot of people who support NaruSaku, that raised up my spirits a lot. And, well, in the blink of an eye, you could say that a lot of time has passed. I had a lot of discussions, a lot of good things, a lot of disagreements, and I'm glad that I have had all those different experiences because not only they have reinforced my love for NaruSaku, but they have also made me find new friends, new people. You could even ask James that it was thanks to a little misunderstanding that our friendship began. And
And a My Little Pony video.
yeah, whenever I think back, I always recall that MLP video about whining. And I was like, wow.
This is whining.
Exactly, and and not only James, there have been many wonderful people I have met on the forums. Just to name a few, Konoha Kitten, Kim, Leo, Sakura the Demon, who else? NaruSaku for like here. I'm currently talking to him, and I noticed that he's a really great person. So, I feel like a lot of time has passed, but at the same time, I feel like I'm still kind of new here. So, I'm not sure if I can safely say that the forum has changed me, but indeed it has helped me learn a lot of things. And I have had, even though they have been both good and bad experiences here in the forum, I will always cherish this place. I will always cherish the people in it, the kindness they have, how passionate they are about not only Naruto but about NaruSaku. And yeah, we might go through tough times sometimes, like chapter 615, for example. But despite all that, I like the fact that we can still be a family. We still do our best to have polite discussions, good things, and I believe that's what makes me want to stay. No matter what am I doing. Maybe I'm playing Guitar Hero. Maybe exploring Hotmail and my other forum, but I usually try to visit this place at least once a day, even if I'm not online, because that's how much I appreciate this forum. So yeah, I'm not sure if to say I have changed, but yeah, I have learned a lot in this place, and I'm truly grateful for that.
All right, very hurtful, very meaningful.
Well, it was an honest question, so an honest answer was the least I could do,
sometimes life is sappy, but as for myself, being on the forum, I never had a problem fitting in with people. I never had a problem going to a forum and discussing. I do have a problem sometimes arguing with people and getting in trouble with people, and, I'm not denying that I don't get upset or get mad at people from time to time. Because I'm only human. We're all only human. We make mistakes. But I think the most important part of the aspect is, especially in a forum type of situation, is you never let those problems affect you as a person. You can make mistakes, but true ignorance is not learning from those mistakes, not trying to better yourself from those mistakes. And as well, when I argue people with the forum, and there have been people. Shadow knows who I'm talking about, but there have been people who I've gotten into real big fights with over the forum, and it turned really bloodthirsty at times. But I don't hold any grudges against anybody. I don't hate anybody on the forum, even though we do tend to argue. But I don't like to hold grudges like that because it's no point. And at the end of the day, you realize we're all just going after the same thing, and we have to remember that we are a family. We are together. I'm gonna be honest, I don't appreciate it when people are so wavering in their faith in NaruSaku, and it's not because I want to disagree with them, but the fact that there's more to NaruSaku than just the fandom. There's more to it than just the pairing itself. It's about a group of people who share a similar view, getting together and just being friends, talking together, interacting with each other. And I'm hoping this podcast, if it hits off, just adds more to the forum than it did before, and allows people to see people in a better light, or allows people to see people as they really are.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think this thing has a lot of potential, And I'm pretty sure that just like me, Forlight was also excited about this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Slextram, Zach. I hope to have them next week. They said they will. So
Yeah.
really goody next week. Spoiler alert for next week's podcast.
But I do
Yeah.
want to say, I do want to address, like, I am, like, really friendly. Maybe my voice made it sound like, oh, I'm gonna kick your butt or something like that. But no, I'm really, really friendly. Even in Naruto forums, because we all know that place could be very messy. With all due respect to a lot of people, but not everybody's the same. But like a lot of people could be out of control. A lot of people could bash you, but for some reason, I never bash back. I never talk back. I always say in a friendly term. Even when they bash me, I would just say like, "Well, I'm not gonna get into argue with that because that's not me. And if that's the way you see it, then fine. But I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna be the. I'm not gonna make it worse. I'm just gonna like let it be.
That agree to disagree, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, before I forget, I also wanted to mention some other few names because I don't want them to feel like I left them out. It's just that there are many people who have influenced me one way or another in this forum, and I wanted to thank them. Just to mention some others that I forgot: Sakura Blossoms, TXD, Demonic Wings, NaruSaku. I haven't seen her in a while. I hope he comes back soon. And even James himself. As again, I don't feel like I have changed here, but I feel like I've learned a lot from you guys. So, if that answers Rikoto's question, that if what if I have changed or no, well, if that can be applied as change, then yeah, this forum has changed me a lot, to put it like that.
Oh, you're making me blush.
Sorry if it sounds like I'm
gone
contradicting. Yeah, sorry if it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but a friend of mine told me once that he tries to be thankful and appreciative of having friends around him, and so I wanted to not to emulate him, but to imitate him, like to put it like that. I think that's a lesson I learned from him. I thank him a lot for that. So, if there's a reason as to why I'm here, having this podcast with you guys and discussing about my passion for NaruSaku and about everything related to Naruto, it's thanks to you and thanks to those friends who have been there and who have shown me and helped me learn many new things. So. Yeah, I hope that can answer the question.
Oh, come on, guy. Don't tease me. I'm shy.
Sorry for the rant, though, but, I just didn't want to let this slip by.
That's cool.
I'm afraid there's just too many people I need to thank, but, there are some specific people. There's TXD. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name wrong, but, alright, but... a lot of people on my, blog, you read my blog, and, especially me when I've been going through a lot of crap lately with my, uncle dying. You all know that.
Yeah.
And my mom going through cancer, so it hasn't been easy, but you guys have been keeping me together, and it's been, whenever I get too stressed out, I always go to the forum, and I know that I can count on people there to cheer me up and, make me feel better about things. I mean, I hate to be emo all the time, but my life is not exactly going too well. But I can't complain too much, so I got some good friends on the forum. I got you two, here now. And even though we don't talk much for a life, but, I hope that me and you can be a stronger friendship in the future.
Well, hey, we're having this podcast. That means we're pretty much strengthening up. My tongue gets twisted every time. Anyway, our bones are getting stronger.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, all the females of the farm are like, okay, now kiss. And I'm like, no. I mean, I love these guys, but not like that.
No, thank you. We like women, in all honesty. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we come to the end of our show, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you enjoy this and you want to sign up for the next podcast, you can. But you guys have any final thoughts for the people out there on the forum?
Well, just have patience. I know the patience is wearing thin. I don't blame you guys. Just but still, what Kishi has in store could be really good, could be really disappointing. We don't know yet. Just wait until the entire thing ends. Not the entire manga, but like the entire arc or battle even. And then you could either complain or you could finally, express your thought. Let's not jump to conclusion. That's because we still have, whatever chapters to go. And, just stay together. Don't try to, give up on hope. Don't give up on anything. And not in the world. Just wait until everything is resulted, Everything is done. Just be patient. I know patient is like the last thing a lot of people wanted to do, but you just have to do it. Slow and steady wins the race. That's all I can say to you guys.
That's cool. Anyway, if there is something I would like to say, it'll probably be that it's not that I'm doubting the fate of you friends in the forum, but I want you to keep it strong. If there comes a time when you feel like your fate in NaruSaku is fading, read some fics, go back some Naruto chapters and see all the interaction that they have actually had. And you can also have discussions with a few friends. There are people in the forum who are always willing to debate. As you can see, we have right by my side we have 4Life here and James. So I'm sure they will happily debate some of the points. And to put it like that, we're here to make that fate in NaruSaku strong. So whenever you feel like you're Kishi has made something that has made that fate become a little weaker, to put it like that, don't give it up. Find a way to make it stronger. We love our pairing, we love Naruto, so we gotta do everything we can to keep that fate strong. I guess that's pretty much it. And of course, if anything, if you disagree with something, feel free to let me know. You can find me in the Heaven and Earth forum, send me a PM, and that's pretty much. Cheers to you guys, alright?
Very well said, guys. Very well said. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
No problem, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Be sure to return back here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just remember to sign up.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people are going to want to be, I want to be on the show. I want to say my opinion. Well, you get in line.
I call dibs on the next week, that's for sure. I call dibs on the next week.
Well, if I could say anything, I would just say this. Keep the faith, my friends. It's more than just a pairing in a manga. It's more than just some fandom. It's about having faith in anything in your life. And it's just about having hope and having faith in your life that no matter how bad things get, things will always work out. Even if it's just a hope to have hope.
Yes.
Well, I'm James S Cassidy.
I'm NaruSaku for Life 3G. Yeah, it's a long name.
And I'm Shadow Wolf, and this is Jackass.
Well, we're signing off.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
I do believe we need a theme song next time.
All right. Peace.
All right, take care, people.